we have been discussing about the biogeographical region. And first it was Trans-Himalaya. Then we discussed the case of Himalayan region. Then desert region. Then fourth was semi-arid region. And fifth one was Western Ghats. As far as Western Ghats is concerned, it's an important region. Even from the point of examination, you can expect questions about the importance of Western Ghats. Now, few more regions are there, which we will discuss in this class. Then that region, the sixth region is known as Deccan Plateau Zone. Going to the Deccan Plateau Zone, it's a very important region. Now, if you look at the map, I will show you that this is the Deccan Plateau region. This region is also a very large plateau region. It is one of the longest plateaus in the world. And it's also very old. The position of this Deccan Plateau is between the Western Ghats in the west and Eastern Ghats. This is the Eastern Ghats in the east. So in between Eastern Mountain and as well as the Western Mountain, we can find a tableland. Tableland means a land that is slightly higher than the surrounding land. Then tableland. Tableland will be always a little higher. And the average height of this tableland or this Deccan Plateau is around 1,000 meters above the sea level. So it's a very important region because most of the southern state around it is occupying 8 states. In this Deccan Plateau is spread over about 8 states. And it's a very important region. Some of the states are in a rain shadow region. For example, if you take the Andhra Pradesh, most parts of Andhra Pradesh are in a rain shadow region. Very little rain will be there. But some area like it near to the Western Ghats, we can see good vegetation, and the climate is also very favorable for the growth of agriculture and other plants. So in the case of regarding the Western Ghats, it's a very important region biogeographically as well as economically speaking. It's an important region for India. Now we will see the other features of the Western Ghats. Now this is the central tableland of South India. The word Deccan actually comes from the word Dakshina. Dakshina in Sanskrit means south, and that Dakshina becomes Deccan. That's why. So it's actually southern plateau, Dakshina plateau. That's how the word the Deccan came from. So the central tableland is located in the South India, is known by the name Deccan Plateau. And the position of the Deccan Plateau is between Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats. And average height of the Western Ghats is around 1,000 meters above the sea level. The very large area occupying around 8 states. Now we'll see the vegetation and the animal regarding 8 states means Madhya Pradesh is coming under that. Maharashtra is there, Orissa is there, Andhra Pradesh, now split into Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and certain portion of Kerala are also part of this Deccan, like Wayanad, are also part of the Deccan Plateau. Now, if you look at the forest type or vegetational types, we can see 3 different types of vegetation in Deccan Plateau. The first one is the deciduous forest. Then we can see thorn forest, and we can see scrublands. I will show you the pictures of this here. Now, this kind of forest is known by the name what is called as thorn forest. You can see, if I will enlarge this picture a little, then you can see this is the thorn forest. This forest is known by the name thorn forest. Then you can see scrubland. Scrub actually means shrub, a plant or intermediate in height between a herb and a tree, not as tall as a tree or not as small as a herb. So such a plant species which are dominated by shrubs are known by the name scrubland. Here you can see that trees are not very tall. So such trees are known as shrub. Then this is also another case photo of the scrubland. Then there is one picture of the deciduous forest. Coming to the deciduous forest basically means, the word deciduous means a type of plants where the leaves will be, they'll be losing their leaves during the winter season. Such plants which exhibit a deciduous nature, that is, their leaves will be falling off during the winter season. Such plants are called by the deciduous plants. So going to the vegetation we can see deciduous forest, and we can see what is called a thorny forest, and we can also see shrubland or scrublands. Shrub as well as shrub, both are referring to the same type of plant. So three types of vegetational cover are present in this of this Deccan plant: deciduous forest, thorn forest, and scrubland. Now, beyond the Ghats is the Deccan. Beyond the Ghats means beyond the Western Ghats is the Deccan Plateau. If you look at that, this is how the Western Ghats is. This green portion is the Western Ghats. Now, beyond this Western Ghats, we can see the scrubland. Now, if you look at the scrubland, now after just east to the Western Ghats, we can find a semi-arid region. The semi-arid region is what we call the Deccan Plateau. The portion nearer the Western Ghats are much more colder or not as dry as the interior portion of the Deccan Plateau. Now, another important character is, as I told you, economically, this is an important area of India because different kinds of forest products. We have different kinds of, especially this kind of deciduous forest will be giving us a lot of forest products for our country, and the people are dependent on this kind of forest. So the Deccan Plateau is there for book. And other thing is that most of our important states like Bangalore, Hyderabad, then Nagpur, Indore, such major cities in India are located in the Deccan Plateau also. So biogeographically it's important, as well as economically also this is an important region. Now if you take going to the rainfall, as I told you in the previous class, the average rainfall in Kerala is around 300 centimeters or more. But in the Deccan Plateau, the average rainfall is between 100 centimeter and 200 centimeter. That is why I told you it's a rain shadow region. Some portions of the Deccan Plateau are receiving good rainfall, whereas other regions are not getting as much rainfall as the case of the western portion of the Deccan Plateau. So these are some of the important features of Deccan Plateau. It's a tall region, it's an elevated region, and this region is occupying 8 states of India, and going to the vegetation, 3 different types of vegetation, and that diversity in vegetation can be also seen in the diversity of animals. Majority of the, like many important biological biological or animal sanctuaries, like in case of Mysore, we have some important sanctuaries there. So going to the animal diversity also, this is an important feature, and as far as India is concerned. So that is regarding the Deccan Plateau. Now we will see the case of next region known by the name Indo-Gangetic Plain. Indo-Gangetic Plain, I will show you the map first. This is the Indo-Gangetic Plain. This is the Indo-Gangetic Plain. This region is known by the name Indo-Gangetic Plain, because the region present in the Ganga region. This is the Ganga. This then Ganga and its tributaries. This Ganga becomes a Varanasi. Then it is splitting into Yamuna, is there, then Chambal. So this Ganga belt, the area around, between the area that is covered by river Ganga, is known by the name Indo-Gangetic Plain. That region is known by the name Indo-Gangetic Plain. Then about the Indo-Gangetic Plain, and it has 2 important rivers. One river is known by the name Indus, and other river is known by the name Ganga or Ganges. Here you can see the picture of Indus. This is the river Indus here. Indus is going and finally opening at near Karachi. This is the, and there are 5 tributaries for river Indus, which are all going through the Punjab state. That is why it is known as Punjab. Panch means 5. Land of 5 rivers. That is why the word Punjab. So it has 5 important branches or tributaries. This is an important region of Indo-Gangetic Plain. And second region is that of the Ganga and the region covered by its branches or its tributes. So this is the Ganga and this is the Indus. This is a historically also the one of the earliest invasion of India has been in this Indo-Gangetic plain. Because of the presence of this Ganga as well as the river Indus, the earliest civilization has also flourished in there. So this region is characterized by type of soil known by the name alluvial soil. Alluvial soil will be present only in area near to a river. So Indo-Gangetic plain is because of the presence of this alluvial soil. As I told you, alluvial soil is very ideal for the cultivation of rice and wheat or paddy and wheat. That is why you go to Cherthala, Kuttanad area, that is the rice bowl of Kerala. So the most of the paddy cultivation are present in this area because this area is characterized by alluvial soil. Similarly, in case of Indo-Gangetic plain, there are several river systems, and the places near this river system will be having alluvial soil. So that is an important feature of the Indo-Gangetic plain. So in the case of Indo-Gangetic plain, it has several major rivers. One Indus, second one is Ganga, and Ganga and Indus has a lot of branches or tributaries, and the regions around these tributaries are characterized by alluvial soil. So that is the principal feature of the Indo-Gangetic plain. Now, see, there are five major rivers for the Indus, like Jhelum, Tena, Ravi, Bias, and Satluj. These are the five rivers of the Indus. I will show you the map of that. Here you can see five rivers of the Indus. This is the Indus. And all these rivers are finally opening into the Arabian Sea in the Pakistan area. This is the India, that is Pakistan. And some portion of these rivers are in India. Some portion are there in Pakistan. And it is a constant source of conflict between India and Pakistan. That sometimes we call a water war. So there are five major rivers: Jhelum, Chana, Bias, Satluj, and they are all finally joining together and forming the river Indus. So that is the importance of these tributaries, and these tributaries or these five rivers are passing through Punjab. That is why Punjab is called the granary of India. If you look at the this map, actually Punjab is situated in a desert, semi-desert area. If you look at this map, you can see that this is the Punjab. So see, most of the Punjab is in a semi-arid zone. This is in a semi-arid zone. But because of the presence of this alluvial soil and because of the presence of this rivers, major rivers like our tributaries of Indus, Punjab is characterized by a fertile soil. And that is why Punjab and Haryana are producing a lot of rice as well as wheat. That is the reason why they are known as a rice granary, just like our Kuttanad, rice granary of India. Now going to the Ganga, Ganga has a main tributary. Now going to this is the Ganga, and this is the main tributary of Ganga is known as Yamuna. And from the another is the Chambal, and these are the two main tributaries of the Ganga. And these tributaries are also passing through several areas, enriching or increasing the fertility of that land. The most important feature of the Indo-Gangetic plain is that this is an agricultural area. Being an agricultural area because of the presence of fertile soil. How the fertile soil came? Because of the presence of alluvial soil bought by the rivers. And because of the presence of alluvial soil and lot of water, abundant water, and a very favorable or moderate climate, not very hot or not very cold, and a moderate climate, it is ideal for the cultivation of wheat as well as. That's why these products, most of our agriculture are produced in this area. Then going to the land area, it is occupying 10% of the total land area of India. So that is regarding the Indo-Gangetic plain. So that is the seventh region. Now, two more regions are there. One is the northeast. The north, going to the northeast, actually, this northeast is not the Northeast Frontier Agency, or having seven sister states. You can see the seven sisters like Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Assam, Nagaland, Tripura, Mizoram, and Manipur. This is the seven states. See, we call it as the Northeast. Mizoram is there, Tripura is there, Manipur is there, Nagaland is there, and Arunachal Pradesh is there, Assam is there, and Shillong is there. So these together, seven states are together, not sometimes known by the name seven states. So because they are of the people of that area are somewhat similar in their facial features, and that is why we call them seven states. They are very culturally and ethnically also they are very similar to each other. Then these states have a humid weather. Humid means the humidity will be more because of the presence of water, a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. It has a humid air and mountainous terrain. That is, a lot of tall mountains are there, not like our Western Ghats. Our average height of Western Ghats is below 2,000 or 1,500 or 2,000. But here, the height of the mountain will be around more than 4,000 or more than 5,000. Very tall mountains are there, and they have a rich flora as well as fauna. Especially, they have two important mountains there. I will show you the picture of those mountains. These mountains are known by the Khasi and Jaintia. Khasi Hills as well as Garo Hills. Khasi and Garo Hills of Arunachal Pradesh. Ecologically or in terms of biodiversity, this is a very rich region of India. A lot of endemic animals are as well as plants are discovered from this region, and it is one of the biologically rich area of India. These regions are classified as hotspots by the UN. So that is the reason why we are studying about that. So it's an important area in terms of our with regard to biodiversity. Now, the Northeast is one of the richest flora. You can see that the greatest diversity of our plants or greatest diversity in our flora is present in the northeastern region of India. It has several rare species of orchids, bamboos are there, several species of endemic plants are there. For example, then wild variety, I saw you in the last class, wild banana and wild mango. Wild banana, mango, citrus, and pepper can be found. The importance of these wild varieties that if there is some disease to the our mango cultivation or banana cultivation, we can only get a remedy by going back to the wild variety. Wild variety will be having the original gene. For discovery of any pest resistant plant, we have to get the gene from the wild variety. Then only we can create or new plants or new breeds of that plants. Then in terms of land area, this is constituting 5% of the total land area of India. So it's not as large as the Indo-Gangetic plain. Indo-Gangetic plain is occupying 10%, whereas this is little smaller in area. It is constituting only 5% of the total land area. Now, the important feature of this is there is a meeting point of Himalayas with Indian plains. You can see the Himalayan mountains are coming to this area. If you look at this first map, the Himalayan region, this is the Himalayan region. This is the Himalayan region. This Himalayan region is going like this. This is the way Himalayan region is going. And this region will be plains. This is the Himalayan, this portion, this Arunachal Pradesh is in the Himalayan region. Certain portion of Assam is also in the Himalayan region. So that here there is a wall of mountain called Himalaya. After that, there is a plain. This area are all occupied by Assam. Most portion of Assam are in the plains. So that is the nature of this northeastern state. So going to the northeastern state, importance is that these states are characterized. This region is characterized by a humid weather and a mountainous terrain, and as a rich diversity of plants as well as animals. The presence of famous hills like Khasi Hills and Garo Hills of Arunachal Pradesh. Then, and as we can say, wild varieties, so many plants are present here, occupying 5% of total land area. The highest number of endangered species are present in the northeastern state. Now, if you look at here, this is the what you call rhinoceros. Rhinoceros present in the Kaziranga National Park. Here also you can see the terrain of this northeastern state. Then this is the Kasi, as I already shown you. This is the Kasi and Garo Hills. Then this is another picture showing the forest region of the northeastern state. This is the very beautiful picture. You can see one more picture. So, in terms of biodiversity, it's an important region, and then that's regarding the northeastern state or NEFA, northeastern part of India. Now, go to the last region. That is the last region is the island. We have two major islands here. One is the Lakshadweep Island or Lakshadweep Island. Earlier it was known by the name Lakshadweep Island. Now it is renamed as Lakshadweep Islands. Then we have Andaman Islands. You can see the picture of this. These are the Andaman Islands. This is the Andaman Islands. And this is the Lakshadweep Island. These are the two major islands of India. And these islands are having a unique flora and fauna because they are very far from the mainland or Indian subcontinent. That is the reason why we are characterizing island as a separate area. So going to the island, and if you take the case of this Lakshadweep is present in the Arabian Sea, whereas the Andaman Islands are present in the Bay of Bengal. So, for example, in the case of this Lakshadweep Andaman Islands, they are around 590 extending up to 590 or nearly 600 kilometers in length. There are two major islands there. One is Andaman Islands, other is the Nicobar Islands. Here you can see the beauty of this landscape. Very beautiful places are there. This is the case of this Lakshadweep. Lakshadweep is also characterized by coral islands. Coral islands are there because, and for the, if you want to see the diversity for corals, you have to go to the Lakshadweep. Then, and in the case of the, as I told you, the length of the Andaman Nicobar Islands is around 600 kilometers. An average width, maximum width is only little less than 60 kilometers. So it's not a very wide region, the narrow region, and most of this region are covered with a very thick forest. And many evergreen forests are one of the best preserved evergreen forests of India are present in these Andaman Nicobar Islands. So its flora and fauna is similar to the flora of Eastern Ghats because many of the animals of Andaman Nicobar Islands might have reached here from the nearby Indian continent. And that is why there is some similarity in the flora and fauna of Andaman Islands with the nearby areas of India, like the eastern coast. And in these Lakshadweep Islands also we can find a similarity in these of flora and fauna. The Lakshadweep Island, most of the animals of Lakshadweep came from Kerala region. So many of the plants and present in Kerala region are also represented in Lakshadweep because Lakshadweep is nearest to the Kerala. That is the reason why the fauna of Lakshadweep as well as the flora of Lakshadweep shows some similarity with the Indian flora of Kerala. Then you can see some pictures of this. Here, this is the Kerala coast, and this is the Lakshadweep. Then another is the you can see the beautiful coast as that. Then next area is the coast. Now, regarding the coast of India, the seashore of India has been characterized as another region. India is a very lengthy coastline of around 5,500 kilometers. And Indian coast is characterized, for example, the west coast is very narrow around the Gulf of Canby and Gulf of Kutch. This Canbay and Gulf of Kutch are here in the this region. This region is in the character by Gulf of Canbay and Gulf. This is the Gulf of Kutch. This is the Gulf of Canbay, and so it is a very India has a very lengthy coast. Then in the extreme south, we have along the Sahyadri Ridge or Western Ghats. The one important feature of our western coast is the presence of backwaters. We come to for in days of Vaikam area, we have backwaters because these backwaters have some kind of some connection with the sea always. Such a water body is known as backwaters. Now, in these western plains, we have a lot of western coast. We have a lot of backwaters. Then, in the eastern coast plain, in contrary, are broader due to the deposition of activities of east flowing rivers. Many of these flowing rivers are present, are opening to the eastern coast. Then, extensive deltas are formed by major rivers like Mahanadi. Then there is Godavari. Then there is Krishna, Kaveri. All these four major rivers are flowing to the east and opening into the Bay of Bengal. Now, at the opening of these major rivers, we can find a lot of mangroves are there, mangrove vegetation. This mangrove vegetation is a characteristic feature of the what you call deltas of these major rivers. Then, in days of west, we can see there is Ratnagiri. Ratnagiri in Maharashtra is characterized by several mangroves. Mangroves are important and type of vegetation protecting seashore, usually from floods and sea erosion. Then large parts of coastal plains are covered with fertile soil on which different crops are the rice. For example, if you go to the Kutanad area, you can find this by many areas of Kutanad are in backwaters. They are also in connection. These backwaters are connected with the sea. So there is always some amount of water there. So that area is characterized by alluvial soil, ideal for the cultivation of rice, wheat, etc. Then coconut trees are all present in the western coast. Here you can see a picture of our western coast. So going to the biogeographical regions of India, these are the 10 biogeographical regions.